Hi, I'm Trevor. I'll be composing on this project. I'm super excited about it because it'll allow, from my perspective, it'll allow me to get immersed into this really rich musical and cultural tradition. It's this unbelievably complex and vast tradition, much of which was passed on orally. And a lot of the famous instruments that we know today, like the koto and the shakuhachi, actually began to be popular in Japan around the time that this story is set. But I was thinking that for this story, this is something that's in the world of the children, first and foremost. And it's also something that's, it's an incident that's cut off from feudal culture that was going on during that time period. So all of those forms that we usually think of when we think of Japanese music and that are so refined and sophisticated don't really apply. Like, these are not maybe things that the characters are going to be familiar with. And so what I've discovered is that there's this rich tradition of children's song in Japan called warabe uta. And many of these songs have their origin in the Middle Ages or maybe even earlier. And they've been kind of passed on in this game of telephone. And they're still sung by children today. And a really famous one is actually used as a sound for crossing the street. Like the crosswalk, when the light turns green, it plays this song. And so there's something that they're still really part of Japanese culture. I've pretty much scored all of Mishka's films that have required music, the director. We've been collaborating for years and years. I've also scored a bunch of other films that have gone to festivals, and I've done some commercials. And apart from that, I just graduated from Juilliard, and I've written a lot of classical music in all styles, all genres, vocal, chamber, orchestral, and I've also done some popular and electronic, groove beat-based music as well. And here's a sample of my work.
I'm going to start laying back our top picks.
Into the city's remaining residents, and those inside the Superdome are being bused to Houston's Astrodome. But there is some shocking...
The water in New Orleans is said to be leveling off, but countless people remain stranded.
You can sit here and keep pushing papers, sir, but I'm going.
What difference do you think one paramedic's gonna make?
They need help.
You're not authorized to drive this truck across state lines.
You've got the keys.